Rudebwoy was reported dead. As a Muslim, I want to make a comment about him because per the little knowledge I have about him, he has a Muslim name. So that means that he probably would be a Muslim. Now this brother was a musician. He was popularly known as Rudebwoy, and a lot about him. The part I want to talk about is some people think that you cannot pray for him because probably they think music is haram, and look at the way he dressed and what. It's too much. Number one criteria for praying for someone is the person a Muslim or not. If the person is a Muslim, you can pray for the person, irrespective of however the person dressed or however. No, if the person is a Muslim, he said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu rasuluh. If they bear witness and they are Muslim and they pray, then you can pray for them. That's number one. I'm not a scholar. Please, number one, I'm not a scholar. But the little knowledge I have is that for you to pray for someone, you need to ensure that that person is a Muslim. That's number one. So is Rudebwoy a Muslim or not? If he's a Muslim, may Allah forgive him. Unless he's not a Muslim, then that is a different issue. Number two is that people want to talk about his career. They want to talk about the way he dressed and how. Well, I don't think this is the right time for us to discuss this. When a person dies, we need to be speaking well of the person, the goodness of the person. If he was a Muslim, how about his salah? Why are we not talking about his salah? Why are we not talking about his fasting? Why are we not talking about how he's doing his ibadat? These are things that can ease the person's affairs in his grave. So if a person dies, we need to talk goodness about the person. We need to talk about the good part of the person. But the other aspect, we shouldn't be wanting to talk about that. If you want to talk about music, you want to talk about dressing, choose a different date. And even when you are talking about, don't make reference to people who are already dead. You can make reference to people who are alive and say, this person is doing this. Fine. The person will come and meet you and him will deal. You understand? But if the person is dead and gone, Abba, let us help each other. You understand? One of the best ways to ever help each other is to speak well of each other when we die. I may not be a perfect example for Muslims in the world. You may not also be a perfect example for the Muslims in the world. But the best things we can ever contribute to you while you are lying in your grave is our dua. At least the minimum of it is to speak well of you, to speak the good side of you. And that will help ease your affairs in your grave and increase your easiness on the day of judgment. So brothers, let us be mindful of this. We pray that if our brother was actually a Muslim, we pray that may Almighty Allah forgive him, grant him Jannat al-Firdaus, and this Ramadan that may Allah use his fasting that he did, his salah that he did, may Almighty Allah use that as a mercy for him in his grave. Barakallahu feekum, jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Kindly go to YouTube and subscribe to The Village Muslim. Don't forget to click the bell button.